Hello Internet. I wanted to talk about something that I've started doing that is sort of a new personal philosophy. And it came up when talking to a friend who's going through a hard time. It's a situation where I want to be there for him and I want to help him out, and my advice was to do something that I've been doing lately. Hold on, sorry, let me get the light out of there. Whenever dealing with something that's difficult, whenever thinking about things being hard and just, hard to deal with, and but it doesn't even have to be something major. It doesn't even have to be something that is this massive problem. It can be anything. It could be any little chore. It could be anything like what I'm doing right now, which is putting away my clean dishes from the dishwasher. I've begun to think of myself in separate terms. Past Daniel, present Daniel, and future Daniel. Now, this isn't like the Simpsons, that's a problem for a future Homer. It's not a way of shifting responsibility into some future version of yourself. It's more about getting things done in a way that makes it feel less like you're doing something for yourself. Because I find that it's actually easier if I think of it in terms of doing it for someone else. So, when I have to do something, say, take out the garbage, or clean my apartment, which, by the way, I hope you liked that little video. Just me having fun. Whenever I have to do something that I don't want to do, that I'd rather put off till later, I think to myself, what would future Daniel want me to do? And I sort of make it a gift. I do things for future Daniel, like make a fresh pot of coffee, or, like I said, do a little chore around the house. And while I'm doing it, I think to myself, I'm doing this for future Daniel. And then when I become future Daniel, and that thing has been done for me, I think to myself, thank you, past Daniel. Thank you for this thing that you've done for me. And it makes it easier, and I feel better about having done it. This might not work for everyone, and as a matter of fact, my friend said that he thought it was a little weird. You don't have to think of yourself as separate people in order for this to work. Just think about your future self, whether as a separate person or as just you, and what you would have wished that you had done. Wouldn't you have wished that you had completed the chore that you had in front of you? Wouldn't you have wanted that to be over and done with instead of looming in front of you? As a personal philosophy, it's not terrible. I mean, I'm sure I'm not the first person to think of this. And it's not exactly a revolutionary concept. I don't think of myself as a genius for having thought of it, but it really is just a matter of looking at things in a way that make it doable. So, just a thought. And I've been doing things this way for a while now. I'll come home from work and I'll see that there's no coffee made, and I'll be like, wouldn't future Daniel like to wake up to a fresh pot of coffee? Wouldn't that just make his morning? And it does. And so I make myself a pot of coffee, and then I go to bed, and when I wake up, there it is, waiting for me. And I think to myself, well, wouldn't Daniel really want me to go out and get groceries so that when he opens the fridge, there's, something to eat? Or wouldn't it be nice if the next time Daniel takes a shower, that there's nice clean towels waiting for him instead of dirty towels that he forgot to wash. Things like that. It's all very simple, but it works. It really does. And so those simple things, you can apply this to larger things, heavy things, things that seem insurmountable now. But you know that eventually it is a temporary situation. It is a temporary problem. And eventually you are going to get through it. And you're going to look back and you're going to say to yourself, what would I have done differently? What should I have done instead? And if you approach the problem that way, of what you are going to wish you had done, then you could do it now. It works for me. Maybe it'll work for you. So next time you have something that you have to get done, you know you have to get it done, just say to yourself, what would future me want? And then make it a gift. This is for you, future you. I hope you like it. Anyway, that's it. Take care.